11:34 p.m. Austin, Texas time. I'm in the suburbs of Austin in Leander, Texas, and coming out to you live on Theta TV /Eureka John, and this is my channel. They gave me the golden keys about this time last week, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Let me go ahead and turn this off, and let's get going with the show here, shall we? Okay, I want to share some exciting news to me, and I did go down on a rabbit hole earlier in some news, and it's why I just wanted to jump on tonight and really just share some really cool stuff. What is happening? Well, Ethereum 2.0 is now officially launched. It met all the staking requirements, and Ethereum is in business. Ethereum 2.0. Let's take a look at all the prices here. Let me go ahead and minimize myself, and let me get rid of this text. Ta-da! And I will minimize myself down here to the corner. Let's go ahead and get the browser in place here, and I will minimize this data screen over here. Let's go over to CoinGecko here. Let's take a quick look at what's been going on today. There's been a whole lot going on today. It's been an exciting day, and there we go. All right, it's been a really exciting day today. Let me get rid of it. You don't need to see the logo, so let me put that under here. Okay, CoinGecko has Bitcoin at 1834, which is stayed nice and steady today, which is great. It means that we're probably not going to go into that retracement that a lot of people said we were going to go into of around 16,500. We're sitting pretty here 4 days in a row at 18,000. That's pretty awesome. I'm really stoked about it. I bought a little bit more Bitcoin today. Ethereum, man, $614.82. I am super stoked about that. I'm a big believer and a holder of Ethereum, and that's my token. You know, if anybody were to say, what team are you on? I'm on Team Ethereum. Thank you, Voids, for the follow. But anyway, I just wanted to broadcast tonight because Ethereum 2.0 has been in the works for the longest time, and everybody's been wondering when Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, is going to roll it out, and they've been tweaking and tuning it forever, and it just seems like it's been taking forever. And anybody who's been holding Ethereum for a while, like me, and believe in the project, you know, I mean, so many different people within the crypto space were just ridiculing Ethereum as a project, and it's never going to get done, and it was supposed to launch in July, and it didn't get done. It got put off. Well, he wanted to do it right. You know, the Cardano heads, they got criticized for the same thing. You know, if you want to fly in an airplane, you don't want to just throw it out there upon first test. No, you want to test things over and over again and check every box, dot every I, cross every T. You want to make sure it's done right, because if it fails, that's a lot of lives if you're in an airplane, or a lot of money at stake if you're putting out an entire decentralized platform that holds a bunch of money on it. So you want to make sure it's done right, and Ethereum is done right now. So it's at 614.82. Let's look at the past 7 days behavior of Ethereum here. And Ethereum, if you don't know what it is, it's basically the world computer. Here's a great book written about the history of Ethereum by Camila Russo. She's Argentinian, and she's a journalist, a financial journalist, and she wrote this amazing book on the history of Ethereum. Yeah, there she is. And I would highly recommend reading this book if you're interested at all in crypto. It's called The Infinite Machine: How an Army of Crypto Hackers is Building the Next Internet with Ethereum. I'm pretty good chunk of the way, 2/3 of the way through it, and I'm enjoying it. And actually reading a physical book sometimes is a lost pastime that a lot of people should really reconnect with. I know a lot of people on Theta TV love video games, and I like video games too, but I'm not a gamer. But I like the Theta platform. So anyway, Ethereum over the past 7 days. Look at this. 7 days. That's 24 hours. Okay, 7 days. Look at this. All the way up. Let's look at the past 30 days. It's been doing nothing but just steady progress. Past 180 days. And a little dip here just to retrace itself and gather itself. But for the longest time, it's been sitting right around 200, between 200 and 300. Let's look at 1 year. And I bought it, like way back when it was around and below, right around $100, $120. And I've just been adding a little bit here and there. I've used Ethereum and transactions, buying different smaller cap cryptos, and kind of being a degenerate gambler on some projects. And here we had a huge drop around March, right when COVID hit. That's when everything collapsed and everybody thought that the entire crypto market was going to complete shit, and it wasn't. It's just what happened. Then we had the halvening, the Bitcoin halvening, right around May here, and then everything's just been continuously climbing steadily, slowly, and surely. And I will absolutely take that. I like that a lot. Let's check the Theta feed here, make sure everything's running smoothly. All right, we're good. Okay, so let's look at this Decrypt article. Decrypt is a great news source. I love Decrypt. Listen to the podcast, the Decrypt Daily podcast that you can find on Spotify. You can find a lot of good information. They actually just interviewed Sergey Nazarov, the founder of Chainlink, today, and I was listening to that on my commute home from work. I have an hour commute from way south of Austin to way northwest of Austin. I used to live in central Austin, but I grew up into big boy pants, and now I live in the suburbs. So I have a family, and you know how that works. I got my soda water here. Waterloo, little factoid, Austin used to be named Waterloo back in the 1800s. So that's the origin of the name of that soda water. Okay, just this morning there was some concern that Ethereum 2.0, the proof of stake sequel to Ethereum's current proof of work blockchain, because Ethereum 1.0 is proof of work, Ethereum 2.0 is the proof of stake. And the reasoning for this is they wanted to modify the platform to where it wasn't dependent on a proof of work and all the mining power and the processing power and all that stuff. And they wanted to make it a more lightweight yet still robust system, and that could be distributed evenly amongst a large amount of people as well. And that would also be able to reduce a lot of the gas fees and to be able to scale better from a smaller market to a larger use case market that Ethereum is having to adapt to, especially with the advent of DeFi, decentralized finance, that happened over the summer starting around July. All these decentralized finance platforms came about built on Ethereum, and that just weighed down the Ethereum blockchain and the Ethereum platform and the gas prices. You need Ether, which is the Ethereum token, in order to process transactions, and it costs gas, which is Ether, and you have to buy Ether and you have to pay for gas in order to do transactions on the decentralized finance platform. Well, there became such a huge demand for DeFi over the summer that it weighed down the Ethereum platform, and the transaction fees just went through the roof, and it almost became, if you're just dealing with anything less than $3,000, it just wasn't worth it to mess with DeFi, because if you weren't a big player and had a bunch of cash to throw around in order to be able to afford those fees, you were basically losing more than you could keep. Now it's kind of mellowed out a little bit. There's been a lot of side chains and different types of projects and layer 2 protocols that are allowing these Ethereum fees, different ways to get around it. And then the traffic has slowed down a bit now that a bunch of the DeFi platforms have come up. A lot of the hype and the mystique and the enthusiasm about it has waned a little bit. And that's because of a huge influx of some shit tokens, some scam coins, some DeFi platforms getting hacked. I mean, it's just the excitement and the buzz about it and all the money that could be made. It was just, everybody was super stoked about it, and then it just revealed a bunch of holes where hackers could come in the back doors, and people were just throwing projects out there before they were really ready to be out there. One being Yearn Finance, which is an amazing DeFi platform, but it was thrown out there before it was ready. And then out comes Sushi Swap, and people started creating all these food meme decentralized finance platforms, and people were just degenerates, just like completely betting on these meme tokens with 1,000 APY and stuff like that of interest rate, and there's no way that's sustainable for a long time. And a lot of it was just basically digitized Ponzi schemes. So there's been a bunch of shakeout of a bunch of that, and that's good. And then Ethereum 2 is coming right in time. What happened is we had to get 524,288 ETH staked by tomorrow, and we were kind of it was up in the air if it was going to really be able to happen. But apparently everything in this last 24 hours, I believe this morning we were 50% there, and then yesterday we were about 32 or 30% there or something. And everybody was kind of scratching their head, wondering where all this Ethereum was going to come that needed to be staked on the platform in order for Ethereum 2.0 to launch. Well, everybody's just kind of stepped up, put on their big boy pants, and jumped in and staked their 32 Ethereum to get into the pool. That's what it takes in order to stake on Ethereum 2.0 right now with the Genesis block, meaning the first round of staking. And it takes 32 Ethereum. I don't have 32 Ethereum. I just don't. I can't afford that. I'm a middle class dude with a standard wage job, and I have kids and a wife and bills to pay. So I don't have 32 ETH laying around, but a bunch of other people do. I do have some ETH, and I'm going to stake ETH when Rocket Pool comes about, because with Rocket Pool you can stake with as little as 0.01 ETH. Which is like maybe $10 or something. But obviously I'll stake a little more than that, but and you can run your own nodes using 16 ETH, and you can participate in the pools and stuff like that. So I'm going to participate in Ethereum 2.0 in that way. So I'm pretty stoked about it. I'm real happy that this is launched, and I'm going to be eagerly awaiting for Rocket Pool to come about. Let me just... I did an entire video on Rocket Pool, but I'll show you where the website is here. rocketpool.io. So, oh shoot, hold on. Let me just Google Rocket Pool. Maybe I'm not going to the right website here. What in the hell? All right, so oh man. Rocket Pool. Yeah, man. Rocketpool.net, maybe. Okay, yeah, here we are. All right, so this is rocketpool.net. And rocketpool.net is where you can stake on the Ethereum 2.0 network, and you don't have to have the 32 Ethereum. And right now, 32 Ethereum, let's see how much that is. So Ethereum is currently at 614.34. Hold on. 614.34 times 32. So yeah, you'll need $19,658.88 to stake on Ethereum 2.0 if you aren't using a service like Rocket Pool. If you want to stake on Ethereum 2.0 but don't have $20,000 just laying around as spare money, Rocket Pool would probably be your answer. So yeah, I'm super stoked about that. In order to launch Ethereum 2.0, needed at least 16,384 validators to stake a combined 524,288 ETH by November 24th. So it was accomplished, and the world is at peace. Okay. Let me move on. Let's check the Theta stream here. Okay. Don't really see we have a whole lot of viewer activity, but that's okay. I will be posting this later on as well. Anyway, I want to talk about... I'm just starting on this new rabbit hole. I go on these rabbit holes, and I found a really cool token, and I read on this Cointelegraph article, because I just love reading articles. And everybody's talking about Ethereum 2.0 right now. Everybody's talking about Bitcoin. A lot of people are talking about XRP, which is absolutely blowing up. So is this that, XRP gonna hit 587 or 589 or something, $589 per token? I doubt it. But XRP is back up in third place ahead of Tether at 63 cents, which is amazing. I actually hold quite a bit of XRP from back in the day, and I have a lost wallet somewhere as well with a bunch of XRP on it as well, but whatever, I managed to rebuy a lot of that, so hopefully one day they'll create a software that'll help me find some lost coins, but boo-hoo. Either way, I didn't really want to talk about XRP tonight because everybody's talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP right now, and all the altcoins that are up, and Cardano included. And I'll do a whole thing on Cardano. Also, I'm looking for guests. I want to try out this whole thing where I can have guests on an interview using Zoom or however people do it. I've never done it. I want to give it a try. If you have a project or a product or just love crypto and just want to talk shop with me on here, I would love to have you on as a guest, and maybe we could debate or share ideas, share tokens, and just figure out something cool to talk about. So anyway, let's see here. Blockchain to disrupt music industry and make it change tune. Now this is very dear to me. I wouldn't really call myself a musician, even though I can play guitar and keyboards and stuff and read music, but I used to be in a band, and it was more kind of we were more entertainers than musicians. We were just a bunch of drunk electro-punk dudes up on stage in hazmat suits and just like screaming into the mic to a bunch of drunken skateboarders and BMXers. But it was fun, and we had a great time, and we played all over Austin and Texas and stuff, and but we were very prolific. We came out with like 6 of our self-made CDs. We had stuff on SoundCloud, on Bandcamp, and all types of music platforms. I used to run an FM and online radio station out of my house back in early 2000, when that was kind of unheard of. Podcasting had just come out, and I learned how to stream through my turntables, and I would play records, and I used Shoutcast, and I had to get all the BMI, SESAC, and ASCAP licensing in order to be able to play a lot of the stuff that I was playing through my records. But I did it, and I'm really stoked that was a part of my life, and it was called Brand Name Radio back in the day, and had a great time with it. But I quit that in order to do a band, and just pretty much partied hard for a while, and a lot of that went to the wayside of the radio station. But anyway, now that I'm into blockchain technology and I'm broadcasting again, I came across this article, and it kind of sparked my passion for music again, and how blockchain is changing the music industry right now in the same way that Napster and Shoutcast and a lot of these other streaming services and file sharing mechanisms changed the music industry back then. Now it's completely being revamped again. So I'm I'm 44, so I've seen things come and go by now, and I'm watching all this just happen all over again, and it's pretty amazing. Let's see here. Okay, so blockchain technology has the power to increase financial inclusion and change the lives of many throughout the world, especially in emerging economies where it's needed the most. While the potential of blockchain technology has been widely recognized, the possible use cases for blockchain technology are often thought of as limited only to the financial industry. Let's see here. In this instance, the music industry, which has too often been dominated by gatekeepers, will go under the microscope. With the advent of the internet, followed by streaming platforms such as Napster, SoundCloud, and now Spotify, has changed this to a degree. Blockchain technology seems to be the next step when it comes to giving power back to creators and listeners. So how's blockchain changing the music industry? If not the most notable, is the ability to remove middlemen from the process of music sales and streaming. While streaming platforms have changed the way music is consumed, making it more widely available to the listener, it has also created a whole new level of intermediation between artists and fans. Let's see here. Let's see. The payment discrepancy is due to many factors, including artist, music genre, and country of origin. Let's see here. So there's a whole bunch of ways of eliminating the middleman using blockchain to create a direct relationship between the musician and the consumer of the music, the listener. And I discovered Opus for one, and then I learned about IPFS, and I know this is a file sharing protocol on the blockchain, but I didn't know about an interplanetary file system. And Opus uses this with Ethereum in order to accomplish the task of creating that direct bridge from the artist to the listener, and how the artist can get let's see here, this system allows the artist to retain almost all the payments made by premium users or ad revenue generated by freemium users, which according to Opus is where the majority of revenue comes, as high as 90%. So the artist can, let's see here, keep about 90% here. And then there's Ujo, a New York-based company, provides a decentralized database of music ownership where artists can not only upload their works and earn 100% of their sales and tips with no fees, but also automatically split payments with collaborators of each project. So each band member, using a smart contract on the blockchain, whenever somebody listens to that song, a portion of the payment that they get, the royalties from listening to that song, will be split. Say the band has 4 members, a guitarist, bassist, a drummer, and a lead singer guitarist. And it'll be split. Say you have some guest singer come in as a backup singer, and on one particular song. Well, when that particular song plays, that guest singer gets a percentage of those royalties for that song being played at that particular instance, and as many times as that particular song is played. So I mean, the possibilities with smart contracts and music royalties are completely endless. They mentioned in I believe it was Ujo, where you can create playlists if you're a curator or a DJ or something like that, somebody who loves to build playlists. Well, you can take a percentage of the royalties as well if you're one of those curator types. So I mean, there's just tons of possibilities, and I still do. I love creating playlists. It's just, I love music, I love records. As you can see, I have a record collection there. I have records here. Well, I have a lot of records in my garage and in my closets. I used to have a whole wall. I still need to get my record wall set up. I just moved in here in July. Well, I guess it is November. I've had time to do it, but I've been busy. But either way, point being is, I love creating playlists. I could possibly make money off of creating playlists and help support local artists as well. I would love to be able to educate some of these local artists in Austin of how to monetize their music and receive 100% of their own profits and have it go to the correct places and not to the deep pockets of the record companies. So I'm super stoked about that. But this article led me to go on an exploration, and it's what I do. So I went to Opus, and geez, the aspect ratio here is killing me. But I went to Opus, and it looks like a great site. I looked at the white paper. Always for blockchain projects, look at the white paper. At least the introduction and the core objectives of the white paper, the abstract, and just see what it's about. It's the OPT token. I did go to Coinbase and I checked out the OPT token. I mean, it has a really crappy showing. Whoops, wrong token. Opus. Yeah, I mean, it's basically worth nothing right now, and it's not performing very well. But this is all brand new, and so give it some time. I'm going to keep an eye on this and watch it. I'm going to go ahead and star that. And come on now. So you can sign in as an artist or listener, and the Opus white paper basically says Opus is a decentralized music sharing platform that leverages blockchain technology to guarantee fair compensation for artists, transparent and reliable payment rules, and extensive music content stored by the community. Opus introduces its own digital token for payments and revenue management for artists, both artists and fans. Hopefully that token gets worth a little more than what it's at right now, but I guess everything's just starting out. Leveraging the speed and redundancy of a decentralized and immutable file storage technology, IPFS interplanetary file system, Opus can scale and deliver thousands of tracks per second in a very decentralized manner. This is achieved by encrypting music tracks on the go and storing encrypted music files permanently on the Ipfs Swarm. Now, what an Ipfs Swarm is, I went and did a little bit of research. I'm going to go down this Ipfs rabbit hole. There is so much stuff to see. These are all the partners and people using Ipfs chains, swarms. It's not limited to this, but let's see. You can learn about Ipfs through Proto School here. I'm gonna absolutely jump down this rabbit hole. The Ipfs, basically, back in the day, you had DNS and web servers. Well, here we have the Ipfs protocol and the Ethereum platform as the blockchain, and that's kind of how an analogy that you could draw between the two. So let's get out of Proto School. Oh man, did I lose that website? All right, let me find the Ipfs.io website here so you can kind of see what Ipfs is to. Okay, Ipfs powers the distributed web, a peer-to-peer hypermedia protocol designed to make the web faster, safer, and more open. So, I mean, it's an entire protocol. I think the Filecoin is involved in this somehow, and still, I need to go down that Filecoin rabbit hole. I've heard a lot of really interesting stuff about it. I just don't know enough about it. I'm going to end up probably doing an entire episode on nothing but Ipfs and Filecoin, and just, I just got to dig in. I got a lot of homework to do here. But in the meantime, that's how this runs. And it keeps it decentralized, keeps it fast, and it enables smart contracts to sit on the Ethereum blockchain, but keep the actual files themselves in the Ipfs protocol in the swarm, the server swarm. Not really server, but the nodes in the nodes. And it has a bunch of graphs here in their white paper of how it's all put together. Here's kind of how an Ipfs swarm works versus a standard web server protocol. And it tells you what an Ipfs is and the scalability of it. It can go pretty deep. So do your own research, but there's a lot of research to be done here. So Opus is one. I did go ahead and sign up. It's a Web3 website, and so is another service that uses this called Ujo Music, and it's similar to Opus Music. Both of these are on the blockchain, using blockchain technology in order for the musician and the listener to be able to for the musician to be able to get paid directly for their music when it's listened to by the listener. Sorry, I just completely blanked out for a second. So let's go back into Ujo Music. The problem is I'm having issues with these stupid websites. Yeah, they're supposed to be Web 3.0 websites, meaning it's supposed to connect to your MetaMask right here. I have my MetaMask icon, and I did that, but it's just stuck in this frozen loading stage. And same thing with Opus. I was also having similar issues. I created an account, and let's see here. Yeah, and then something went wrong. So. And I tried it on Chrome too, and so it's not. I know it's not just a Brave browser issue. So both of these blockchain music websites are having issues with their Web 3.0 websites. And again, Web 3.0 means having a wallet on there. There's another one called Music Life, a revolutionary blockchain music ecosystem. I think in my YouTube. When I post this, I'm going to put the links to all these here so you can check them out. Music Life is a blockchain-based music ecosystem. It is comprised of a software development kit, a hardware embedded system, and a music exchange trading program. For music connected to Music Life, we have rebuilt the way pricing is comprised. Users will automatically invest in music by listening to songs. In turn, the musician and the record company will also benefit from each play. Music Life has established a brand new environmental pricing format where prices and market values will be automatically calculated and evaluated based on the existence of music listeners. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff, man. So down with it. Thanks Carlson Carter 588 for giving me a follow as well. So stoked that people are discovering this broadcast on Theta TV. And let's see, there's also involved, there's openmusic.org involved with a lot of the rights, publishing rights and stuff, and I believe they're putting it on the blockchain as well. Not really sure how that works. I need to look into it. I know it's with the Berklee College of Music. It says it's in Boston, Massachusetts, but I swear there was a Berklee School of Music outside my window in New York City as well. I'll have to look into that, see if that's the same one. Okay. So, let's see here. I did register with Ujo Music. Let's go here and let's log in and we'll see what happens here. Yeah, all I'm getting is this loading. So both Ujo and Opus, they need to get their act together, and because as a first-time user on these platforms, this is I'm not stoked. I'm stoked on the technology, but I'm not stoked on what's going on here. There's also Media Chain, building a more connected world for creators and audiences. Media Chain is a blockchain data solution for connecting applications to media and information about it. Media Chain is a peer-to-peer decentralized database for sharing information across applications and organizations. Using content addressing, data is tamper-proof and decentralized, enabling location-independent collaboration with no central point of control. So I guess this is a great way to file share a bunch of music. So this looks more like an infrastructure type of website that people can use to share the music files, and I guess a lot of these music platforms would probably use this as part of their infrastructure. So yeah, man, a lot of good stuff here. I'm pretty stoked about this. So here we go. Other platforms such as Media Chain, Music Live, eMusic, and others focus on the same royalties issue with a similar technology to provide independent artists with a bigger piece of the pie they are effectively creating. However, blockchain technology is also becoming an easy and streamlined way for independent artists to deal with other facets of the industry that can be challenging for upcoming artists. A report by Opus reads, given the small scale of operations and low financial independence, smaller artists need to have high levels of financial and legal literacy in order to secure their own financial stability. And this is great. However, most musicians that I know or knew when I was playing music, I mean, they were just playing music. I mean, most of them didn't really delve this deep into trying to license their own stuff and get into all this technicality. The most people would do was to just jump up and put their stuff on SoundCloud or Bandcamp and throw a few graphics and upload some MP3s, and then Bandcamp would basically take care of the rest, or SoundCloud would. So I do see not really a lot of lowbrow musicians jumping into this and understanding what blockchain technology does. Somebody would have to tell them about our Opus, but I would happily volunteer my time and knowledge to help a musician to understand how blockchain technology can help. So here, we'll see, open web player. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, something went wrong. See, this is not a good look for such an amazing project. So hopefully we can figure out what's going on here. And let's try. I'm going to try this in Chrome real quick. I know you can't see that, but if it works, I will get it. Nope, see, it's doing the same thing in Chrome. So it is not a Brave browser issue. Man, what a shame. And then Ujo doing this, kind of doing the same thing. Let me refresh this. So maybe it has something to do. Maybe it has something to do with me. Let me do my MetaMask here. Just make sure everything's all good, connected. Permissions. I have one account. Okay. So no, I mean, yeah, it shows in my MetaMask that Ujo is connected successfully. So yeah, what a shame. But it has all these artists here. I would love to listen to these artists. I don't know basically any of these. Of course, I've been kind of out of touch. I am getting older and I have kids now, so that immediately makes me not cool. But I would love to go through and explore this. So come on, guys, get your act together. All right, well, I think I've pretty much covered what I am. Oh, hey, what's up, Ali? Egregious Ali? All right. Waves are broken. What does that mean? You are close to level 3. I was at level 3 in my other account before I became a content provider, and then now I'm knocked back down to level 1, and I don't really understand why I'm back at level 1. So I don't know. So Egregious Alley seems to be on the other side of the world from me. I am in Texas, in Austin, Texas, and she was my first listener on this when I started this stream about 5 days ago, I don't know. So I recently got my stream keys and I'm super stoked about it. I'm learning this platform. Hopefully got the audio working out a little better this time, and I fixed the music looping over all over itself, and yeah. All right. Oh, Ali. Okay. Well, all right, Ali. He's a guy. So doesn't make a difference to me. Either way, Ali to me is short for Allison, unless Ali is short for Alfonso. I don't know. But either way, works out for me. So what do you have to do to get to level 3? I guess that's just listening hours that you do. I don't know. All right, so it ain't your name. Okay, that's fine. Well, John is my name, so. You caught me right as I was finishing up this broadcast here. Oh, so your teammates in a game are called your allies. Yeah, ally, egregious ally, not ally. Of course. Totally makes sense. I'm not really that much of a gamer, except I do play some online game called Conflict Nations, and it's totally a dumb war game, but yeah, I'm actually pretty kind of good at it, and it's my little guilty pleasure. So we all have some dumb game that we like, and yeah. Okay, so level 3 is just chatting and staying on the stream. Yeah, Conflict Nations is good. It's something I've been playing for like 3 years now, so I'm pretty high up in the rankings, and I kind of waste people, all the noobs. But yeah, I've never really been good at those 3D type of games, like Call of Duty. So I have to play these more strategy focused games. They fit a little better with me. So yeah. Anyway, I spent this entire time going over Ethereum 2.0 and over music licensing on the blockchain, and that's pretty much what this whole time was about. If you go to Conflict Nations, let me know, and you can jump in a game, and you get to pick your nation, and you pick alliances and all that, and standard alliance strategy role-playing type of, well, not really role-playing, but yeah, I don't really know. I'm a little old for it, but I do it anyway. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna head out. I go to bed. I'm sure you sound like you're on the other side of the world, so you're who knows, probably just getting up in the morning. So all right, I'm gonna head out. You have a good day, and I'll talk to you next time I broadcast. I'll probably broadcast at like 5:30 in the morning for me. I've been trying to do this every morning. Early bird catches a worm. Alright, well, let me start this thing back up. My stupid song. And let me get my intro logo back up and playing, and I will talk to you guys later. Shit. Here we go. Alright. Talk to y'all later.